promise me.
Can't make any promises.
If I was Snake, I would have just gone in with her and just been like, screw this. But that's part of the mission. He
Has to kill her. Oh dear. No joking anymore, guys. I love this cutscene. You know, there's a lot of explanation involved.
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life
Tell who's she
ends,
holding
it gives us a
anyway?
final lingering aroma.
Mm.
Light is but a farewell gift.
I'm guessing
in
it was the Davy
darkness to
Crockett.
those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
I used to think she was his mom.
Boss, why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and a march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind.
Also, I present to you the most beautiful scene in the game. This scenery right here, I think, is the most beautiful.
Yesterday's
Quite
ally
beautiful.
becomes today's opposition. And this
With
Cold
detail
War,
comes lots of lag.
think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times.
It's funny because it was made in the
And we
21st
soldiers
century.
are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle.
Too bad that's what's happening
A
right now.
soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms.
So true.
The world
I actually do
must
think this
remain
is
whole again.
cool. Speculation.
The philosophers must be reunited.
I think a lot of this dialogue has a lot to do with his choices later in the game.
And with the Colonel's money,
like
I
Peace
will
Walker
achieve
and
the
whatnot.
end.
I just think the boss is
As
just
I
really
once created the
wise.
Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert.
In the desert.
It froze
She saw
my
snow.
blood white.
In the desert. What contrast.
Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On
Bruh.
Bikini Atoll.
I'm gonna text
That's
Frank.
part of the
He's probably
reason I
in
was
bed with a
told
warm
to.
glass of milk by now.
It's only 10:30.
We're both slowly
I know.
being eaten away by the karma of
Then
others.
again,
We'll never have the chance to
what if his
digest
phone just vibrates a little? His mom's just sitting there, and her head does a full 360. I heard the phone.
Like a 180.
In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future. From
So
space.
basically, the boss is telling us her
3
story,
years earlier, the Soviet
how she
Union
atomically
had succeeded
tested,
in launching
things like
Sputnik,
that,
the first
and
man-made
she was also
satellite
drawn to
history
Snake because of
into
his
orbit.
atomic testing.
This came as a huge shock to the United States.
I mean,
It's only been 19 minutes in this
America
recording.
threw
We're definitely
everything
gonna
it
be
had
in the game
into its
this
own
session.
manned
Oh, yeah,
spaceflight
definitely.
project.
As long as you do
we're
that.
ending the game
Yeah.
today. tonight.
In the next hour or less.
It's gonna be over, man.
America was still
I'm so
experimenting
glad.
with chimpanzees and rockets.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah, it is.
The
Because I
government
love this
wanted
game so
human
much.
data,
I'm so glad I've been able to share it with you guys.
so they secretly
But that's for
decided to send
until
a
we
human
actually,
being into
finish the
space.
final boss.
Yeah. Which is
I was
coming
the
up.
one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space.
Yeah, she also explains that, like, history is never written, you know, just because you hear things from the past doesn't mean they're all true. This is what Hideo Kojima is always trying to do. He's always saying, like, all of this could actually happen, but we would never know about it.
That is true.
We don't know if anyone actually has these powers. Who are we to know?
Although, I doubt it.
I know, we all know it's fake. It's just, you know, it could happen.
You know what I find interesting? At the beginning of 2, they have a message saying, like, any similarity to any people or events is completely coincidental, but in this one they don't have anything like that. Or any other
Because
game.
it is based off of real life.
Yeah, this one is based off of
They say that in all the beginning of the Professor Layton games. Well, except for one.
Because this one, I guess it's based in history. The other ones, this one's based in history. Like
Yeah, because all the other ones take place
in the
after
future.
the time they were made.
Yeah, exactly.
Because MGS2 takes place in
7, and
2004 and
2009.
2007.
2007 and 2009.
Yeah, sorry, never mind.
And
And
MGS1 is
MGS4
2005.
2000 and MGS4 takes place in 2014.
In 1961,
So.
I was sent to Cuba to Bahia
Which
de
one's
Cochinos.
64?
It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the
This is kinda
guise of
boring.
taking Cuban exiles
It is,
back
but
to
like
their
it actually does. If you listen to it, it does give you a
But
lot
the
of
US
backstory
government
on her.
betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence.
What did you see the boss like put into this footage? You see the boss standing there like a CGI.
By the very government I dedicated my life to defending.
It's like in Forrest Gump when you just see Forrest in the background of all those things.
And I lived underground.
You know, that's a good movie and all, but there's this other movie that came out the same year that I think might even be a better movie but it beat for Best Picture. Like,
He was my
A
friend.
Forrest Gump. What?
Forrest Gump won Best Picture, the Oscar for Best Picture that year.
Okay.
And there's this other movie that I think I might even like even better. That came out the same year, was nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, they're explaining about the sorrow as well. What connection you
There
had
is
to the
no
boss.
enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers.
But the philosophers didn't exist yet.
Early in the 20th century, the true holders of
And
power
now,
in the United States, the Republic
let's
of
talk
China,
about true
and the
man.
newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise Men's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself.
I bet the whole next part,
That's
this
how
whole
they
part right
operate.
here is just cutscenes.
The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless
Green
others,
giant.
forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity.
Hey, dude. You're looking beautiful
Do
tonight.
you understand what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying,
Under the
Snake?
moonlight.
By consuming
we're not
me
under the
and
moonlight.
you, the
we are.
philosophers intend to keep that
As
cycle
far as they know,
going
we're playing video
forever.
games outside. That's completely logical, right?
It was my
Yeah.
father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth,
So the
my
boss
father
was a child
killed by
soldier.
that same shapeless,
Philosopher.
formless
Kind of like
organization.
another character.
And my father isn't
catch
the
my
only
drift.
thing the
Hell
philosophers
yeah.
have taken from me.
Hell yeah. Hey, you didn't dump.
In June of
Hell yeah.
1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle.
I like to see that, like, people are just shooting guns everywhere.
Was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
Worst part is she had to get the... She couldn't have it normally. You'll see now.
Joe Boss said, sorry, pal.
What?
I asked him, cause I asked him if his brother's gonna be in the band thing tomorrow. He was like, nah, I got, he's like, he is, but I won't be there. I was like, oh, he goes, sorry, pal.
There is nothing left inside
Poor Joe
me.
Bloss.
No, poor me. He's gonna have fun.
No hatred,
I'm gonna be sitting
not
there
even regret.
watching my
And
brother
yet
play his
sometimes at
instrument.
night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside.
You got a dirty mind.
Body, like a
God, that looks extremely painful. I never want to have children.
Didn't they mention that some, like, I know who the baby's supposed to be, but did they ever mention it in this game?
I don't think so.
I don't think they mentioned it in any game.
Thanks for
No,
listening.
but we already know who it is. Might as well
wanna
tell him, I
say
guess.
it? Yeah.
So go ahead, say it.
It's Ocelot.
Yeah.
Snake,
Ocelot is the boss's child.
commence the operation.
How do you know that?
I raised
Well, you can actually kind of tell by the
you. I
facials.
loved you. I've
'cause
given
they
you
both have
weapons,
blonde
taught you
hair.
techniques, endowed you with
I don't know.
knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you.
Except to end your life.
All that's left for you to take
No.
is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss.
Oh
And
gosh.
the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle.
That is true.
I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, MiGs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time.
So, we have 10 minutes to beat the
Let's make
boss.
this the greatest 10
Now,
minutes
I
of
never
your
died
life.
on this boss, but it took me at least 3 tries.
You are
It,
so
the
beat
the
her
thing that's really
because
just going to
there's a
get you is the
limit.
time limit.
Exactly.
Prove your loyalty.
Because really, you gotta rely on stealth completely in this mission.
Absolutely, completely. Worst part is, worst case scenario really, is that
Let's see what you're made of.
the boss will take your guns apart if you're not careful.
Like that.
Like, I know there's a way to actually CQC your back, but I can never do it. Alright, come on, run away.
What's up, Snake?
Alright, get down.
I hate this camera angle. Alright, what am I gonna use?
She's a shotgun.
Yeah, but I can't hit her from that far
Or a
away.
sniper. Use a sniper.
Okay, well here's what Steve did. He actually put on a special form of
Oh yeah, I camouflage myself the best I could.
Here's the snow one. I know we picked up a snow one. Can't read it from this far away.
Alright,
Oh, crap.
I can see him. Like, all of them are minus right now. None of them are gonna help
Shit,
you right
I
now.
thought we picked something up like that
The
though.
only one that's gonna help you is the scientist one. But
But you can't use weapons.
no.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Not good. Alright, well, guess we're fighting this the usual way. Alright, we do not need... I'll keep the shotgun just in case. We're not going to need that.
Get the sniper.
Yeah, that's... Don't need that. Where's my sniper?
He passed it. Alright, obviously. I did.